Greetings, my name is Shelby, and I want to thank you for tuning into my YouTube channel today called Shelby Artist. It is great to have you here, and I hope that you're doing well. The title of this video is Introduction to Neuropathways, and I am simply speaking in a beginner-friendly way and putting a potentially complicated concept into easy to understand language, which is something that people who have liberal arts degrees, such as myself, have a good knack for doing. It is knowledge that we can share, a beginner general concepts for subjects, and this subject would be psychology, and I have studied those classes, but this is also, science. Psychology is science in a way. And if you study psychology classes in college, they are literally classified under science credits. So, with all of that out of the way, after a 1 minute and 46-second introduction, I will preface my message, unscripted message. What gave me the idea, I've actually had this idea that I wanted to make a video like this to share with the public. I like to do educational videos. And this information will greatly empower you. Trust me. If you understand this concept of neuropathways in your brain, you can have the power, very strong power, to change your life for the better and even, potentially the world in a collective butterfly effect type of way. So thanks for sticking with me. The preface here is this book called The Power of Thank You, Discover the Joy of Gratitude by Joyce Meyer, which I got for free in the mail. And I actually got it maybe a week or so ago, and I was very happy. And it's such a small book, I was excited to read it all in one day. Excuse me, that didn't happen. I'm probably a third of the way through right now. I'm on page 46, and there are about 180 pages total. Anyways, I also like to share daily bread videos as a Christian. So I'm going to start, reading the paragraph that really spurred this video from page 46 of The Power of Thank You by Joyce Meyer, which is a scripture in the book of Proverbs. Okay, Joyce Meyer writes, "I believe strongly in the power of words. Abracadabra means I create what I speak." And I added that. Okay. God of the Bible created the universe with the spoken word. That's how powerful words are. The Bible tells us that the power of life and death is in our words. In Proverbs 18:20-21, which reads, "From the fruit of their mouth a person's stomach is filled. With the harvest of their lips they are satisfied. The tongue has the power of life and death, and those who love it will eat its fruit." Again, that's Proverbs chapter 18, verses 20 through 21. Daily bread, the power of your words. Hold the power of life and death. Okay. She goes on to say, Proverbs, the Bible's book of wisdom, includes numerous verses about the proper and improper use of our words. It can be found in the Old Testament, which is the first half of the Bible. As a matter of fact, it is a subject covered throughout the Bible. If you would like to learn more about this, you can find extensive teaching in my book titled In Search of Wisdom, which takes you on a journey through the entire book of Proverbs, or in her book titled The Battlefield of the Mind, which I have, which highlights many verses related to thoughts and words. Now, getting on the subject of neuropathways here after 6 minutes. I have a prop to show you my creative idea to share the concept of neuropathways. And my prop is a bowl. It's the biggest bowl I could find, okay. This bowl represents your brain. I don't want to put it on my head like a hat, but this is your brain, okay? This is your brain. Okay. And, you know, I was looking for things I could throw in the brain that are different colors to highlight the different things. And so what I got was tea bags. Okay, they're different color tea bags that I'm gonna use to throw in the bowl. All right, this is your brain. This pink tea bag represents feminine characteristics and thoughts and trains of thought. For example, softness is feminine, okay? So, again, the tea bags represent thoughts. This thought of softness goes in your brain. Oh, wow, I feel like I'm meditating, which feels amazing. Okay. Now, here comes another thought. This one feels a little more cold, but it's healthy. These are just different things, okay? I'm not gonna spend too long here. This is a yellow thought. This is a bright thought, okay? So we have softness, coldness, healthiness, brightness. Here's a little spice with the cinnamon. Spiciness. Okay. White represents purity, cleanliness. Okay, we gotta do chores this weekend. Deep clean the house, deep clean the car. Hobbies and chores, work. Blue, to me, represents protection. It's the color of Archangel Michael. Victory, security. Awesome. It looks like, as a Christian, I'm putting a lot of really good combination of thoughts that I have in my brain. All these different neural pathways I have, okay? So what I'm gonna do now, for the sake of speeding up the video and proving my point, I'm gonna put all these tea bags of the different colors, okay, representing all the different thoughts in my brain. Have you ever heard the analogy that your brain is like a computer? I'm sure you have, because it stores data, right? And it has a memory, etc. just like a CPU. Your brain is the CPU for your body. It's like a computer because it holds all this memory of all this data, your thoughts. I was actually taught this analogy by a neurologist, which is a brain doctor, when I had a terrible accident and I had brain injuries when I was 20 years old, which is 20 years ago. The neurologist in the hospital told me, your brain is like a huge file cabinet. And when you got hit in that car accident, your file cabinet got knocked over and everything fell out. Oh, no, wait, he didn't say it fell out. He said your file cabinet got knocked over. Something like, maybe nothing fell out, but everything got mixed up. Whatever happens when a file cabinet gets knocked over. Some things might get in disarray. And he said, your job now, when I send you home, is to organize your file cabinet. Put everything back where it belongs. Okay. So getting back to neuropathways. Everything you consume in your mind, everything I just threw in here, was it my mind consumed? Everything you put in your eyes, every word that you hear, you are consuming with your mind, you are putting in your mind. And you are creating all these memories for your neural pathways to work with, okay? Let's break down the word neuro, neurology, why a brain doctor is a neurologist. Okay. A neural pathway, in the simplest terms that I could help you understand it, electrical movement, making connections. Those connections are called synapses. So, have you ever heard of drinking water electrolytes? Electrolytes help with electrical impulses, synapses, between the neural pathways of your brain. And when these synapses happen, they create strong bonds for more of the electrical pathways to build upon. And when the electrical pathways keep going to these synapses, they keep growing stronger and stronger and stronger. And the stronger the connections are that are made, that build upon all the thoughts and synapses, obviously, become dominant of what will be accessed more and brought to your conscious mind thinking. Okay. We have the control of what we consume for the most part. We control what books we read. If I'm reading this book and I'm halfway done and I just don't agree with it or like it, I can put it down and walk away, put it in the trash, or give it to someone like, a thrift store, someone else. Not read it anymore. This is my example of that we have control of what we put into our mind for the most part. I mean, of course, someone can force crap into your mind that you don't want. When I was a child, my older brother was in high school, and I was like in 5th grade, and he liked the band Nirvana, and he played Nirvana's albums, which to me are not something I would choose to consume. I was in 5th grade, little girl, and I had a bedroom. Across the hall was my older brother in high school's bedroom. Loudest volume he could get it. He blasted all day, every day, over and over, his Nirvana album. There was nothing I could do. This is an example of, even though I didn't like the music, and what he was doing to me was torture, forcing me to listen to Nirvana, even though I didn't want to. I was consuming that crap unwillingly. That's just an example. I mean, yeah, of course I could have left my house every day to avoid that. But anyway, that was torture. And I hope you understand what I'm getting at. Another example is when I go to Quora for my social media, I tend to become really irritated at the content I see on my screen, on my Quora account, questions that people are giving me to answer, or whatever pops up on my algorithm feed, questions. It irritates me. Sometimes, usually on a daily basis, okay? And this is why, I got to the point where I was thinking, maybe I should just give up Quora altogether because of how it makes me feel, okay? But remembering that I have control of what I feed my mind, what I can do is only answer questions that I want to see more of that topic related, as well as I can block people, I can unfollow certain topics and start following other topics, of which I did, that I want to see more of. So today I wanted to see more questions come at me on Quora feed about environment. So what I did was I typed in the search bar on Quora, environment, and a long list of a bunch of different environment topics came up, and I followed all of them. This is me taking power of what I consume. Okay, this is how we have power over our neural pathways in our brain. Okay, because of what I did, going forward, I am going to see more of what I want to see and less of what I don't want to see, because I'm feeding what I want to see and I'm starving what I don't want to see. Okay. So I don't really know if there's any more that I need to say. We're almost at 20 minutes now. I really hope that you understand the concept of neural pathways. Again, summarizing up, there is a quote I'm sure you may have heard, and the quote goes, "What you focus on expands." And this is neural pathways in a nutshell. If I could summarize the concept of the introduction to neural pathways in a quote, it would be, what you focus on expands. When I think about something, I draw more of that into my life. When I think about something, my brain, when the electric impulses are searching for something to grasp onto, what's it gonna find? When your electric impulse is in your brain, which means that you're alive, so as long as you're alive, you're constantly having the electric impulses in your brain searching for something to grab onto. What synapses are going to fire and are going to manifest in your life are whatever is there to grow. All right, so with all of that being said, I hope that you learned something new today and that you go forward with your day with this knowledge to work on cleaning up your neural pathways for the better. All right, peace out.